You are now entering the MuseCast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to MuseCast episode 93. I'm your co-host, Dick, and Ash is over here. We have our special friend back for the second time, Mr. Tom Cheshire.
You used to be my muse. Now you just amuse me. But now I do what I choose. Y'all no longer abuse me. And this goes out to all the witches.
West End Motel. What's up, man?
Lovely to see you guys. Clearly, Ash got the memo, but you didn't, man. What's going on, buddy?
You know, if I had the hair, I would totally rock the samurai bun.
Oh my goodness! You look amazing. I just got back from New York City, and it was lovely and 20 degrees colder than it is in Atlanta, and that was lovely as well. But I really was just hoping one person would come up to me and say, I'll give you $100 to be a Santa Claus this weekend, and I would have done it. But I'm going for it.
You could totally do it. You could 100% do it.
And hipster Santa Claus trying to turn kids on, so
music,
really cool bands, and give them like snippets of advice from like Frank Zappa, like don't listen to your teachers, don't listen to your parents.
I'm all totally. And you could be playing an acoustic guitar. You know, and you could sing the songs.
Yeah. It's good to see you guys.
It's good to see you too, man.
Yeah, I just watched Bad Santa the other day, so it's giving me. I've already got bad ideas.
I know. I will never stop laughing at that. I know there's so many wrong things and irresponsible things in there, but I know there's a time and place, and that stuff is funny.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Hey.
It's the best. It's the best.
Yeah, Tom, it's great to have you back. I see you're in a great mood. It seems like you're in a really good spot, man. How's everything going? I know I'm pumped for January.
I can't wait to meet you guys.
We got to talk about this. January 16th.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet you guys in person. And we have a list of goals for things for next year, and one of them is to come see you guys in person, where you guys are too as well. So everything has come together like so beautifully for January 16th, and you guys are on the thank you list as well, so thank you so much. So many people have reached out, and Nick and I were chatting earlier, and it's like, you hear this term, it takes a village, and it really does. And anyone who tries to do something on their own and doesn't accept help from others, they're kind of missing out on the whole thing, because it really is about camaraderie, brotherhood, sisterhood, community. And so there have been a lot of people who have gotten involved. Some of them I don't even know, and they've reached out, and we'll get into it. Yeah, but Friday,
we should establish. Yeah, what is it? What are we talking about here?
Friday, January 16th, in Atlanta is officially on that date. Is our departed brother Hinds' birthday. And everyone was like, you should do it on Saturday. And I'm like, no, if this goes well, this will be the first annual, and we will do it every year. And next year, I have no problem doing it on a Saturday. And every year after that, I have no problem doing it on a Saturday. But this year, it is vital. It's important that we do it actually on his birthday. If it landed on a Wednesday, I would have done it. So it's Friday, January 16th. And there's many reasons, and you guys, we talked about it the first time, but we had no idea exactly what we were doing. And now it's like, it's wild when you see things coming to fruition, So it's being held at the iDrum, which is an art gallery / venue that does all kinds of performances. That's a nonprofit. They work with charities, and most importantly, it's all ages. So bring your kids, and it's going to be really wonderful. And we have so many cool bands, and so many cool artists have donated stuff. It's just been a real whirlwind. And a bit emotional, which that's of course we expected that. And then I'm like, wait a minute, let me stop and chill out a minute, have a sip of water, and then And I'm like, wait a minute, this is the way it's supposed to be, you know, and it's that feeling, you know. And then I even got together with the guys the other night and for the first time tried to go through some West End Motel songs, you know, gave you guys a shout out on the mic. And I'll tell you, man, our brother Brent was in the room with us. I mean, you could feel it. They were like, and there's so many guys who have played in the band over the years. It's really been like this, you know. We've always
how long had it been since you guys had gotten together to play songs since his passing?
So we had played a last minute show in April, and he and I probably saw each other at least once a week. I think I told you guys we were great, but no one else had really seen each other after he passed. About a week later, a few of us got together and went to this place and got a room, like a back room in this pub, and kind of just talked and hugged it out and said, we want to do something, you know. But some of these guys haven't played in the band in 5-6 years. So that's the thing. I'm like, anyone who's played at some point, we're family. We want you involved. So like that night when we do this in January, it's going to be 2 keyboard players, 3, at sometimes maybe 4 guitar players, 2 drummers, and it's really heavy. And then the songs are just, I mean, like at one point, you know, like when, you know, we're doing She's on Fire and everyone's like, what? And they're like, well, were you just screaming? And I was like, I wasn't screaming. Somebody else was screaming. And it was just all our arm here, you know.
Oh, man.
And stuff. Yeah,
that's
it
great.
was. The room was on fire, and most of all, it's like it's okay to have this, you know, tsunami of emotions and stuff, you know, ups and downs all around. Some up, some down, some sad, some heavy, but for the most part, everyone's just like this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's really
fantastic, because that could be a completely different experience. You guys could have gotten in there and it felt hollow. You know, it could have felt like there was a giant chunk missing, and instead it just, like you said, it felt like he was there. I mean, that's the best that it could possibly be for rehearsal. Yeah,
and I'm not going to lie to you, gentlemen. I actually went in there with several worries and anxieties and was anxious just because, like, you know, so-and-so and so-and-so haven't played in forever, and this and this and that, or again, and maybe it just wouldn't feel right, you know?
Yeah.
And then everyone was smiling and everyone was like, this is what we're supposed to do, and please, can we do this once a year? And I'm like, that's the plan, you know? That's awesome. We're already 7 songs into the next record, which Brent is certainly on. There's snippets of him in certain places that are really heavy, and I can.
Are you guys exploring? I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just curious. Before we abandon each little thing, that's a fun topic. I mean, just in itself, that you guys are putting together new music, and if you are using parts of where Brent's parts are recorded, are you guys exploring looping parts? Are you guys or just straight where he played, and that's exactly how it is, and you build around it?
Okay, so I've been like, you know, doing Tai Chi, Ash, you know, and I've been talking to myself because I have my best conversations and sometimes arguments with myself, and I was like, do I break it here? And I do adore you, gentlemen. So as of now, I want to call the record Skeletons, and the songs are skeletons, so some of them you might just hear voices, and some of them might be full things that we thickened up and added the cucumbers and the seasonings, and we added stuff too, and then some of them might just be bare bones, just him.
Wow.
So
what a special album.
It's like you're taking all the pieces, all the remnants, and bringing it back together and still creating. It still has life. It still has life.
Yeah, you know, and it's so weird, and so many beautiful things have come out of this, including meeting you guys, and like Steve Seacrest, Dylan, my man Jason, and Jerry the photographer, who Jason reached out to me and he's like, I have this song, and it's turned into another project, and we wrote this song called The Night the Sky, and literally, it's funny, at some point, you know, my assistant, at some point, Steve's like, oh man, you almost sound like Brent singing here. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not good. Am I trying, you know, is it my subconsciousness? You know, is it, am I subconsciously doing this, or, you know, or is it a tribute, or as long as it seems authentic, and then, like Steve said, he's like, listen, if anyone's going to come across singing sounding like, Dirty B on a song of Tom, it should be you. So go for it. And it comes and goes. Sometimes I don't hear that at all, but they've been wonderful. I mean, and it's been also a new lease on life for me, meeting like Dylan and Jason and Steve, who is the gentleman who was recording Brent. So he's going to be very involved. And that's the thing. What I had mentioned to you guys the first time about West End being this conglomerate, or just this group of a collective. And, he's like, yeah, man, I love playing with you guys. I was like, you kidding me? There's 12 guys in this band. Now we're 13 guys. Like, we just take more and more guys. You know what I mean?
Wow.
We had fun, then the tank got low. She finally had to let me go. Come on and tell me where you're going. Come on and take me to where you're going.
And
That's
awesome.
It's
all your sound. You guys' sound is very full and interesting. I was going through a couple songs on my way home tonight, and like one of my favorites is Elmire. One of my favorites. There's organs in it. It's so
it's great.
I hear all the instruments. It's everything that I would want to have if I was having like a party and had guests over, and just that song in the background is just like the perfect. It's like a Tarantino film.
You're too kind. It's my least favorite song lyrically. I wasn't in a very good place mentally, and I just kind of wrote down stream of consciousness. And I think some of the early lines were like, I'll do some drugs today in Elmire. Let's just say I wasn't in a good place mentally. But that being said, I agree with you. I love the melody that Brent and the band put together. And I love that organ sound. And we're fans of all that stuff. As much as we're fans of heavy stuff, we're fans of a lot of percussion and bongos and added percussion to stuff and world music. And certainly we're listening to Joe Strummer and The Clash and stuff. So you hear that in all of it,
Percussion is magical.
It really is, man.
Yeah.
You guys have flirted with that, haven't you?
I can't drum to save my life personally. Dick can drum some. I'm just straight up a guitar player, but I know that like all my favorite bands have insanely good drummers. And there's, and my favorite band of all time personally is Tool. And my favorite person to watch when I go see play live is Danny Carey, is the drummer.
He is so amazing. Yeah.
He's so good. And I'm not a drummer, and it's on my favorite band. So,
and he's this Nephilim type character. I've met him a few times, and I'm 6 feet, and I swear he's like 4 heads taller than
I met him once. I shook his hand.
Ginormous man. Right?
What's up?
Ginormous man.
He's huge. Yeah. His hand is huge. He's just a big dude, but super nice. I only met him for a second. Yeah.
Such a great band, and I love seeing him because he's insane, and he's so it almost seems like it's not real watching what he's doing.
It's like, how is he making all those sounds with such little movement ultimately? Like, I mean, he's just so relaxed, but it's rock,
amazing.
it's like, it's a unique combo, and he's all into that sacred geometry with his beats and stuff like that.
I love it.
Wasn't the story like Tool was trying to start a band, like Maynard and Adam and the original bassist, his name escapes me.
Justin Chan.
Original. No, the original. He's the bassist for Ministry now. But I think the story went like Danny was a serious jazz session player and kind of felt sorry for him and like came over and jammed with him. And then
that makes complete sense.
I'll
they were like practicing in like a storefront or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think they lived in the same apartment building, I believe.
That's okay. Yeah,
I believe. I might be wrong. Danny Carey spilled the beans on this whole story a year ago on Rick Beato's channel on an interview. It was a great conversation. And that's where we both heard it, but it's a little fuzzy in my mind too, Dick. I don't remember. I might be wrong that it was but you're right. He did feel sorry for them. And so it was just like, I think Maynard and Adam Jones, I believe. I don't know if the bass player was even involved yet.
That's amazing. Well, Rick Beato's here. I'm in Atlanta right now. He does all his work in his studio about 40 minutes away in Stone Mountain. Cool. 30 minutes away, yeah.
Love his show. I've discovered so much. His show is the reason I reinvented my picking technique completely.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, he is a really interesting player. Funny enough, I played a show with him in his band in the 90s, and I didn't remember it. And I became a fan. I became a fan of him and his show as well. And I was like, this guy is so weird. He just came out of nowhere. And then one afternoon, I just did, the music nerd thing, and I just like Googled him. And it's like, his studio's in Stone Mountain, and he was in this band called Billionaire. And I was like, wait a minute, I played some of those with them in the 90s with my old band,
Oh, wow. Ironically, I'm actually not that familiar with his personal music. The reason I reinvented my picking technique was he has on so many interesting musicians, and he had on a couple of Nashville studio players, guitar players that were insane. And I can't remember their names right now. It escapes me because I never had heard of them before. And they were talking about holding the pick. I've talked about it too many times. I'll just say it one time here. You hold the pick sideways.
Yeah.
You hold it sideways, and he played on the shoulder. And I never had ever heard of that. And I tried it. And then that same night, I was able to play stuff faster than I'd ever played it before, like a few licks. I was like, I'm going to pursue this. And that was almost a year ago, and I haven't gone back to holding it with
he's so interesting and so skilled. Yeah, I just watched the thing he did with Billy Strings. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Oh, I think I saw. I haven't seen half of that. Yeah,
phenomenal. And that is amazing. There's videos of him playing with like Bella Fleck, and like, what the heck? I can't fathom what these guys' hands are doing.
yeah, totally, man.
I keep seeing snippets of the Les Claypool interview. I haven't watched.
Yeah, I haven't seen that as well. Yeah, and
I've seen half of it. I can't watch everything.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Watch it.
I wouldn't be surprised if your boy Danny's name comes up, because Danny and Les are very close friends. So Danny Carey and Les Claypool are mates for sure.
Danny wasn't there. Ash and I saw Danny's show with what was
King Crimson.
King Crimson Reunion.
He's on the tour with King Crimson, and Steve Vai's in that lineup too.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
It was very cool.
And then I saw Les with the Santa tour, this last Santa tour 2.0. That was probably I think it was the most incredible show I'd ever seen.
I heard that was amazing.
Just as much as happened. I can't go into everything that happened, but there was so much. And then, he wore Les has this helmet, it's like an old motorcycle helmet with no visor that's all like sequin, it's like a disco ball. And when he puts the helmet on, now I'll say everyone around me, I don't partake, so to speak, but everyone around me was openly partaking, and it was enough for me to get like a little bit of a contact.
You got an old school contact tie.
Yeah, so when Les put on that helmet, and then the spotlight shone on the helmet, and then it just shot beams of light from his head. It was one of the most magical visual things I think I'd ever seen.
I love that. Yeah, he really has turned. He really has like mastered turning what they do, and every show is somehow different. But it's like part, Tom Waits, part vaudeville, part, this hippie circus on the road. I mean, he's really recreated himself. It seems like 20 times.
Yeah, it was so unique, and I know I don't listen to Primus like all that much, like just to listen to it, but I love it.
Yeah,
the live performance was outside of reality.
I believe
I'm
it.
with you. If I hear something and I'm driving, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard it in 20 years. But live, I mean, I'm with that way with a lot of bands. There's a lot of really cool, what they used to call, like sludge or just really, really slow, heavy Sabbath-inspired bands. Yeah, once in a while on a Saturday morning that's playing while I'm cleaning the house. But for the most part, I just want to watch it live,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely that way also with genres. Like there's some genres that I just never really pull me in fully from an album, just audio only experience. But live, it's like there's so many bands I'd be like, I don't really even care for this, but I would totally go see that live.
I agree with you completely. There's probably a lot of jam bands that are like that.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, yes, The Last Baron is one of the greatest songs ever. Props to the boys, but I'm not really. I don't need to hear any 11-minute songs. But once in a while live, and if you're hanging out with Dick and you're right next to the right people, and you get yourself a contact guy who's better than you.
You just forget that it's the same song. It's so good, it changes. Like,
I know. There was we were in Washington Square Park, which is a park that when I was a kid, when I was 13, 14 years old, I used to take the train to the city in New York to go buy like nickel bags of weed and stuff, and it felt great. And we were doing some photo session stuff there, and and there was like this band. It was just like an Eastern European band, and I kind of made a guess that they were from the Ukraine, but they were just performing and it was just people dancing and it was really beautiful. And it was like 20-piece band with all this percussion and dancing and it was just amazing and positivity and people screaming, but I didn't understand what they were saying. And the people in the park, it was like call and response, very involved in it. And I was like, this is so beautiful. I love it. You get like this PMA, this positivity high from it, whatever. And then someone was like, I think they played the same song over and over again for like 6 times in a row. Maybe they're doing what's that thing they do at the train station when everyone does the same dance, a flash mob? Maybe they're doing it.
Yeah. It's one long song. It's just a chorus repeating a lot of times. The band wasn't by any chance called Atmosphere, was it?
No. Okay. I'll look them up.
They're pretty cool. I mean, it's like world music style stuff, but it's really cool. I had done a video they were going to go on a U.S. tour about, this is before the war and everything. This was like 10 years ago. And their manager they wanted to make a promo video, and I put together one using just footage that they had from all the things they had accomplished over in the Ukraine.
Oh, cool.
And that was my first time hearing them and experiencing what they were, but it was very cool. Tons of different instrumentation. It was 2 twin sisters that are the front lead on it, violin and a piano player. And
I love that.
Yeah, it was pretty, man. It was haunting at times, but anyway, I just didn't know if they actually, so many years went by, I didn't know if they actually made it here. Maybe that's what you saw, I'm going
to look them up. I mean, I'm going to look them up, I mean, I just listen, music, we've talked about this before. Music is magic, and it brings people together, and it makes sad people happy, and then it makes some sad people, if they want to make them more sad, that's fine, to think about things. And we're lucky to have it, and we're lucky to meet you guys and talk to you guys.
So well, Tom, you guys have been in the studio. I've been following you on social media. I've seen you in the studio. Are you in Atlanta in the studio, or was that?
Yes. So Steve Seacrest, I've been doing a little by little some stuff with him. Casey Camp, who played keys in Europe with Theme Without a Face.
I met him at the March.
Such a lovely guy and such a talent and so cool. Well, funny enough, I met him at the last show at the record store that we did, and he came up to me and he goes, "You guys are so good." And I was like, "Nice to meet you." I was like, "Wait, didn't you just play with Fiend in Europe?" And he said yes. And I was like, "What do you do?" And he's like, "I do this." And he plays in a couple of pretty like bigger country bands and stuff. And I was just like, "What do you want to play with West End?" He goes, "I'd love to. I love your songs." So literally, I think he and me, myself, and he and Brent have gotten together and worked on some songs, and some of these songs will end up on the record, Oh, cool. But he never actually got a chance to play with us live. So he and I, he's such a great dude and so talented, and so we've even gotten together, just he and I. And I'm like, I know you play keys, and you're going to play keys on this, and you're going to play organ on this, but let's just jam with acoustic guitars and flesh out these songs. And he's just an incredulous talent and an even nicer human. So yeah, super cool. Shout out Casey. Yeah. Shout out to everyone in West End who's going to be involved, because it's been a slice ahead and reconnected with everybody.
You should. I would love to know more about the bands that are that you have on the lineup. But just to say real quick, Dick, just so you know, you've got the crackle.
Oh, do I?
The crackle came back at like just 2 cents. Yeah,
I can fix that. Tell us about the bands.
That's what I was thinking. All right.
Yeah. So again, I mean, this is like being really, really, really cool, and we're running it as a tight ship and considering it not to end late because the families with kids, and there probably will be an after party somewhere. But like doors at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. There's going to be some videos, and they're going to be showing some videos our friend Yvette did from Punk House Atlanta, the interviews with Brent. Some of his family's going to get up and talk. Then myself and Jason and Steve and Dylan and Jerry, I'm going to get up as Tom and I and do that song, The Night the Sky. Then MRC, who is Michael Rudolph Cummings from the band Backwoods Payback from Philadelphia, he's going to get up and do a set. Then Ironbound, who are probably one of my favorite bands on the planet. I think I mentioned them last time. And Brent loved them and wanted to like produce them, so they're going to be playing. Then Waiting for UFOs, who are in very important band and huge. Ricardo Grimm, who is a rapper from Philadelphia who does a lot of horror rap, but he's very very positive storyteller, does a lot for kids.
Cool.
And then Black Daniels is an old hardcore punk band that we've known for years, we're old friends of friends. But Kevin Kinney from Driving and Crying is going to get up and do some songs for them. I'm hoping that they do. I'm going straight to hell, I think that would be fun. And, so we're going to kind of like manifest that. And then at 10 p.m. sharp, man, West End Motel is going to get on stage and try to do our our brother right. And I'm smiling talking about it. I just wrote down some quick songs, and then I actually asked people, hey, what song should we do, which has been fun. So now I'm trying to incorporate that into the list. And I forget that at like 50 songs, I like more than half of our songs, and that's pretty good, because not a lot of bands could say that. You know what I mean?
You can do anything, Let me tell you something. You can do anything. In case you are wondering, well, I've seen everything. Can't you move mountains? Let me tell you, got this. You can do anything,
No, that's great. That's
And again, shout out to Ricardo Grimm and Tim Young and Dex, because they run a really cool crew out of Philly and Boston and Delaware. And we've just met so many cool people that want to be really involved. And then again, this lady, Taryn Baxter, she's going to make a huge birthday cake with Brent coming out of it, with playing a guitar. And there's just been so many lovely stories. Thomas Phillips, Cassie Phillips did these huge paintings. There's going to be a bunch of cool artwork that a lot of people have brought. And some of them, I'm like, oh, this should go to his family. But I've also called dibs on a few a few pieces to put in my studio, you know.
Awesome.
But it's been
That's wonderful.
like, it really has been so cool. And then again, Kyle Sanders, who's Darren's brother, who runs Let There Be Rock, and Ronnie, his partner, and Kyle's wife Elizabeth, they're going to do a painting, and a lot of this is going to charities like Punk Rock Saves Lives, Georgia Overdose Prevention Program. Also concentrates a lot on mental health for musicians and artists, and then Punk Rock Saves Lives and Let There Be Rock. And man, the crazy thing is we came up with these things and just said it, and the reality is if you think something and you don't maybe put it out there into the ether. So talking with you guys last time, there's been a couple times I'm like talking, I'm like, I don't want to jinx it, and everyone's like, no, say it, and let's make it happen, So it's been really, it's been cool.
It sounds like the right thing has happened. You've put everything together. It's snowballed, and it's taken a life of its own now. And once that happens, there's no bottling it back up, and there's no negativity anymore. This is happening.
So much laughter and happiness, an eternity to reminisce. Your mind deciding what will exist. But when you are dreaming, thoughts become reality. Unconscious dreaming, welcome to immortality. Peek inside the looking glass and tell me, what do you see? Anything you want to ask has an answer guaranteed.
Question that I had, you were talking about the artwork that's been commissioned going to charity. Will there be art for sale at the event?
Yes. Yes.
custom
Yeah.
artwork? Very cool.
Yeah, there's a few people, and again, even the people that we've gotten involved, the charities. I want people to have tables. I want people to talk to people, not only to get some artwork or merch, and to have money go to charities, but like also just to be involved, man, because we realize that community. Rock and roll community is everything. I mean, how many times have we witnessed like someone look at a rock and roller and might maybe have like this look of like, oh, look at them, they're a mess or whatever. And I'm like, man, let's show people that rock and rollers are great people doing good things.
Yeah, no, that's right. And Atlanta is such an artistic town. I'm not from Atlanta. I've been there just a handful of times, but every time I've been there, like, it's so inspiring, the amount of art that is in Atlanta. Like we recorded with Tapley at West End, and we were inspired to write a song called Wolf-Headed Rooster, because in between our B&B, there's a statue. I don't know if you know it, but it's a giant rooster with a wolf head. It's a
amazing
cast iron statue. I was like, this is one of the cool. Just you'll see random stuff like that in Atlanta that you don't see anywhere else.
I love that whoever made those decisions, they were cool with certain things not being considered graffiti and then being considered art pieces.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that even between now and 5 or 6 weeks from now, we're going to have more people reach out, want to be involved, and everyone we've talked to has been really wonderful. Taryn, who's making the birthday cake, she was so cool, and we were just texting, but then I talked and I said, well, I don't have a budget. I really don't have much money, and this is charity. She was like, no, I never met your friend, but he's come to visit me, and he came to visit my neighbor, and I heard him help people, and like really like arm hairs going up again, things, and she's like, no, I want to do this. And I said, oh, well, I can't wait. So as a matter of fact, she was texting earlier, and I told her I was meeting up with you guys. I'm always telling people about you guys, so I'm telling them to check you out. Do you guys know Jesse? Have you talked to Jesse Seifel and Simon Hope from England, who do radical metal? I was telling them that. Shout out to those guys too. They're amazing. And awesome. But like, it's really cool. But but Taryn's like, no. She's like, he had a great effect on me, and I want to do this. I want to make this cake. And I mean,
awesome.
It's really, but again, if I was in a different mind space that you were talking about, and I was like shutting people away and not wanting to mentally wasn't in a good place, or wasn't open my heart and my brain and my conscience open to this, it probably wouldn't be going this well. So you guys are inspiring me with the working out, and then watching your videos, and everyone we talk to want to be involved. It's been really, really, it's been, it just brings a smile. Yeah,
that's awesome. I mean, it has to be a pretty cathartic experience to feel all that community effort and mutual appreciation. I mean, the whole experience from start to finish, when it actually gets to happen, and that night, I mean, there's a level. I mean, look, you're always going to miss your friend, but there is a level of closure, I think, that will be achieved for everyone involved to have done it.
It's healing.
It's right.
It's healing for everyone involved, for sure.
Right. Yeah, and which reminds me, in my notes, I have some gifts to give you guys. So, like some vinyl, and my friend Aaron, my friend Aaron Pops, he made those really cool creature stickers. I have some for you. And then my buddy Evan, who plays in Black Daniels, Merch Mountain, I have some really cool extra stickers. So I literally have like these care packages just specifically for the two hosts that cue the Muses. So
thanks,
listen. At the end of the day, we're just nerds who want to be happy and have listen to good songs, laugh, feel for the most part pretty good, and make other people feel good or inspire people. So just appreciate you guys.
No,
thanks,
absolutely. We're here for you, Tom. I mean, it's the music has changed me for the better. The Brent and your music changed my son for the better. Like,
I can't wait to meet him. Yeah,
he's coming. I got 3 tickets. My son and my girlfriend are coming with me. Ash's family, his son's coming with him.
It's going to be great. Yeah, we're going to have so much fun. So here's the other thing I wanted to tell you about. One is, talk about a cool graduation picture we're going to take in the parking lot of a few hundred people. We'll get a big photo of that. But the other thing is Thomas Phillips and Cassie Phillips did the really rad creature sticker that my friend Aaron Pop made.
I know the one, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Green face,
right. But they turned it into this big. It's like an engraving, And he's like, "What should we do? What should we do with this?" And I was like. You made 2, right? He goes, yeah. And I was like, well, this one, paint the background black and we'll give it to his family. This one, paint the background silver. And we're going to have everyone sign it. And I'm going to put it up in our studio.
Oh, wow. Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that feels really cool. Remind me that day what do you call it? That morning driving in my yellow sticky notes to go pick up a box full of Sharpies.
I was going to ask, what are we signing it with?
I
told him to make the background silver or gray, So everyone do Sharpies. But everyone, and it's really weird because everyone who's reached out and said, "Oh, I want to do this." It just happened to be something that no one else has offered to do. So it's like, I wouldn't have thought of a cake. I mean, that's amazing,
I didn't know you were having cake.
Yeah,
my band hey, be careful though. I mean, my band almost gotten kicked off of a show that we were the headliner for because on our flyer we said free punch and pie, which was a South Park reference.
I love that. Yeah.
And the owner of the club called me up and said, "What is this punch and pie? You cannot serve food at my venue."
Oh my goodness! And they wouldn't want. Yeah.
he was pissed that we had put these flyers up all around town. And it's like, we do not have any intention of actually having punch. We were going to buy one slice of pie, and we're just going to put it on the table, and we were going to buy a Minute Maid can that was fruit punch and put it there that was crumbled up. And it's a joke.
Yes.
And he still berated me for like 5 minutes. And I kept explaining it. And then at the end, he's like, well, you sound like you're trying to be honest with me. I was like, I swear. To be honest, I haven't even seen this episode of South Park that my bass player wanted to put the joke in on, but it's a joke.
You should have just put an asterisk next to it, a little asterisk, and at the bottom had this giant paragraph explaining.
I had no idea it would be an issue at all. Be careful with your cake offerings at this venue. Make sure that you don't we get the police called on us for that cake.
It's his birthday. We're doing what we want. Tom said.
Ash, once again, man, we gotta blame the bass player.
It's always the damn bass player's fault.
Will Lawless and Randy, who run I'm a very chill. I'll make sure I hit them up. I think it's okay. I really want to make sure that there's whatever everyone needs, non-alcoholic needs, water, whatever's needed. I mean, it's a very chill place, and I'm doing it there on purpose because it's more like a gallery. It's not a club. If the event grows organically, that's fine. But which that is a hope for it to grow. But this is a perfect first place. It's in the West End, all ages. They deal with nonprofits. It was actually a no-brainer. Will, the owner of the club, is an old hippie rock and roll artist who was doing artwork in the Atlanta when we were little muffins, when we were little kids. He's probably 10 years older than me, and he and Brent used to take mushrooms and ride motorcycles. So there's a lot of dots connected, you know what I mean? So there's a lot, it's reality is even with like Let There Be Rock School, when Aaron and I started talking to them, it's like, it's a no-brainer. It's all family. And reality for me is everything that I do with music and art. I'm so content with how everything flows. And even like, there's a cool thing happening. You guys contact the Muses and see if they could interview you. Like, keep it in the family because it's perfect.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, we would love to have more guests lined up for you, because I'd love to help and maybe even some of these bands, help them get exposure. Because I'll tell you, for me, as an outsider getting to come into this event, I feel like I'm getting to jump into a little taste of Atlanta rock culture for the last couple of decades. Of all you guys and the different bands and the community that's there. I'm, just over here in Tallahassee, and I feel like, I'm viewing the whole experience and the whole platform for what the show is about and the cause that it is. And now you're talking about these charity aspects. I feel like I'm getting to hop into a whole cultural experience that I want to get to soak up more than just going to a show. Oh yeah. So I'm excited about it.
And feel free to bring, if you have any triangles or if you have any cards or whatever, please, we have tables to let people know about everything you're working on, because your band is three-dimensional. I mean, you guys are always doing so many different things with it, Cool. So your band, the platform as interviewing other artists. I mean, that's my favorite thing to do, is to not just be, this one corner, put yourself into a corner as this one trick or whatever, and we're really lucky,
Yeah, it's like you said in the beginning of this conversation we had. It takes a village.
It really does. I mean, and every day, like, something else hits me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, actually, that good fortune or that good luck or that thing that happened to me probably wouldn't have happened if I wasn't nice and I didn't meet that person. I always try to say it's because also, if you're a nice person, once in a while things happen.
Hey, what goes around comes around, Tom. It's you get what you put in with people too.
That's wild. I saw this. I don't know if it was a meme. I still don't really know what a meme is, but I saw this thing the other day, and it said, "Be careful, karma don't miss." And I was like, right. I was like, whoa, that's heavy, dude. I was like, So karma's
got like karma, good and bad, right? Yin and yang. You know, it's all magnetic. You have the good energy. I think a lot of people may take a look at, like, you know, people that, let's say, do bad things and move ahead in the world, but it's like, yeah, but what is the level at which you're measuring how they moved ahead? Was it just a monetary material gain? What is the wholeness of their life experience? How's their family, their friendships? How do they feel with themselves, etc.?
What thoughts fill their head when they lay down to go to sleep? You know, what
absolutely. And by the same token, just because you do good things doesn't mean that you're settled in your own peace of mind either. I mean, that's part of the quest of discovering. I feel like a lot of people, one of the first places that you look to try and get some closure when you're dealing or managing yourself is to externally try and help people outside of yourself. Because in some ways, for being a third person, it's like it's easier to see how to address those issues. It's more obvious on how to assist them in overcoming something or help them directly with something. But when it comes to yourself, it's a really complex puzzle. And I think a lot of times what happens is you start to help those people. And if you're open and receptive and paying enough attention in the process of helping them, even though it may not be a related subject of how you're helping them and what your personal issue is, ultimately it's somehow the way the universe works. You start to get into a unison, so it starts to reveal itself on what your issues are. Even though they're not directly related to theirs, it's like you're on the path of helping. You're feeling the good happen from help. And then this starts to spiral into like almost like a compass of what you're looking for to feel like you're on the right track. And then you can start feeding. The more you do that, you can start to find it in yourself. And that's not always the case if you're not sensitive to it and you constantly just put. I have, unfortunately, a friend that took his life last year, and he was one of those people that forever would help everyone around him and just keep avoiding the obstacles of his own personal issues. So it can be a way of avoidance. But if you stay sensitive, I've seen enough people around me and personally on my own journeys, I feel like it can become a way of becoming sensitive and feeling out what helps other people and why. And then those conversations lead to a self-discovery. I mean, heck, you know, we're talking on our podcast here in 2 episodes, and we had no idea what we were going to talk about. All we knew that we were going to talk about is Brent initially. Right. And, you know, look at all the conversation points that we're covering and talking about, you know, just naturally and organically and figuring all this out. You never know where this is going to lead. But if you're silent and introverted and completely away from everything, and you're not helping anybody and you're not helping yourself, that's a death spiral.
You're absolutely spot on. And I cannot stress enough openness and talking things out and communication and mental health. I'm so sorry for your loss of your friend, you know. And it's funny, and it's not funny. It's lovely that we don't even realize that effect, you know, like I've had people reach out to me, like my man Dex in Philly. He watched the interview that we did, and he said, I love that you said that everything we do, getting up in the morning, the t-shirt you put on this conversation is art. And I didn't really think that out. But I clearly meant it. It was from the heart. But it is because, it comes from a place of humility and just trying to do something authentic, I guess, and then being honest with yourself and then with each other, you know. And it's really created some really wonderful, gorgeous dialogue, some really great conversations that also helped, you know, spawn the second conversation, or someone else that someone else is in New Jersey right now because of maybe something we said, saying, yeah, well, I get that too. I used to never think that way, but man, I'm so glad I'm in a better place mentally, spiritually, to be open up to that now, you know?
Yeah.
Well, don't you feel like the conversation helps to get through that fog? You know, I know what Ash referenced, the death spiral, you know, and sometimes you don't know it's creeping up on you. Like when I got injured a few weeks ago, and then I didn't realize it, but I reclused myself. You know, I found myself, I would go to work and come home, and I wasn't doing the things that brought me out of the house and interacting with other human beings, and I internalized. And when I realized that, I said, I gotta get back out. I gotta go.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
still healing, but I got to go out and get, get a handle on this. And that interaction, when if you lose someone, if you're injured and you're incapable of doing the things that they're normal for your day to day, the conversations, at least the interaction with other human beings, where you get to talk through the issue or just talk through nonsense. It doesn't matter. It's just we're the only species that, I will say, we're one of the only species on this rock that does that, and it's important to us. It's embedded in who we are.
That's a really good point. Yeah, and the thing is, like sometimes we think we know, or whatever. Like, for instance, after I spoke to you guys the first time, and it was such a great conversation, but I found myself trying to like force myself to people, even things that I posted, that everything's cool, and I took Brian Kinchlow, took Denise, I took a few people going, hey, listen, you want to know something? Love you, brother, but you most definitely are not good. You need to chill. And then right around that time, my Instagram got hacked. I was like, well, let it be. I don't even want to be on it. Maybe someone needs to handle all these things for me for a few weeks and let me go search in, but also not hide. Get out there, but also in another way, like those 3-mile walks in the morning, that kind of thing.
And
totally.
It's okay to not be okay sometimes, especially
100%.
in circumstances like that, because not being okay is how you heal. You can't, if you put on that face that everything's fine and you just stuff it down, that's not healing. That's worse. That's
right. That's right. See, you guys are, just as much a spiritual journey podcast as an artist and music podcast. I'm dead serious. These are really, really very important things. And I'm going to share this when you guys post it. And all we can do is hope that it has a really good effect on others who, let's face it, it's a very, very strange time right now. And it's the end of the year, and it's getting cold, and people lost people this year, and it's Christmas, and the holidays bring out some of our worst memories of people that we lost. Forget about it.
Absolutely. And it's like a barometer that you can't deny. It's like you said, it's the end of the year and the holidays. And on top of that, my birthday is next week. And so I get older. And so it's like this chapter, like another chapter going. And you just start thinking in retrospective, when we're talking about also just like it's okay to not feel okay. And that is true. And some of the things that come out of being in those pockets of time are some of the greatest music ever written.
Oh, without
some of the greatest films ever, spawned from a script wise, and then it turns into an actual film. And there is something interesting about how, we were just talking about like before earlier in the conversation, when you're listening to music and sometimes you want to listen to something sad, even when you're sad, like what kind of sense does this make? But there's something about the closure of sitting in that pocket. It's like it's, also even crying, right? Like the actual expression of crying, like to physically allow yourself to cry is a release valve. Yeah. Right. There's something that happens. You can ball it up and you don't feel like it's there. And then eventually at some point it breaks, and something on the other end of that does change. There's a physical release point that happens through crying. There's a physical experience with a sad song or album or artist, that while you're in a depressed mode, like something about you connect with it on such a bigger level than you had before. Or maybe you've always had that and you knew to go to it, but the point is that there's something that is correct in feeling that emotion.
I agree.
It's a part of coming out the other end of that emotion, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And music is an amazing vehicle to be able to do that.
Yeah, and then you hear it maybe different every time, or you hear like, well, I never realized that his voice cracks here, and that just makes it even 10 times more human. Or
human is the right word.
And we talked about the last time. It's like there's those sad keys. My man Dick's wearing a cool shirt that says riffs. I mean, just certain riffs make you melancholy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, like, I don't know if you've ever listened to the band, the Dirty Three. They're an instrumental band from Australia. And I'm going to send you guys a song after we hang up later. And it's just like, I've written probably 7 songs with hooks and of my poems over it, but it's an instrumental song. And one day I might go in the studio. One day I may go in the studio and actually record it and just be like, "Hey, this is their song. I just added to it." But it's just this really gorgeous. I'm talking about up and down, and it's just bass, drums, and violin, and keyboards.
You should absolutely just do it to one song. Just record it to one song and get it to them because in today's environment of how music works, there's so many collaborations that happen completely remotely. It's not a secret. We've talked about this many times on our podcast about our album, the Cue the Muses project, and you talk about a village and, exploring other people. We have a different singer on every song, and that was very intentional. And in doing that, though, I mean, you mentioned also, gentlemen, that you maybe hadn't ever played live with, or maybe you guys wrote. Our entire thing, we've never played live together. Only me and Dick have played simultaneously together when we wrote the guitar parts that everything else was built around.
Yeah. And Tim and I, the drummer, have played together once.
You've told me about you've told me about Tim before, because that's who you went to do. You went to like an open mic night or something with last time. You guys do such interesting stuff, because then there's also elements of short, interesting art films and sci-fi, and just
it's all built around that show. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the podcast, that's awesome. We really appreciate it. But you should check out our full actual web series if you have not seen it yet, because this is where we put all the effort into a production. It's a sci-fi comedy, but we're a rock band, and so we put music videos inside of each episode.
No views but your own easy escape. Don't pay no mind to what they say. They're in their own world anyway.
Each episode features a new singer on each song that we unveil within the episode.
And will they
all unique singers from the Southeast region, most of them from right here in the Florida Panhandle, and all independent, unsigned, unknown artists until now.
No matter how hard I try, turn it down.
Premise of the show, Ash and I are a couple of bonehead guitar players living off the grid, trying to save humanity, which has been brainwashed from an artificial intelligence stripping us away of our creativity and our creative spirit.
We developed a mind travel machine to go into people's brains and collaborate with their inner muses, bringing back music that is completely organic from human muse collaborations. Enter Cue the Muses. You know what, we're kind of getting sidetracked, man. There's only so much time for frequency absorption. We need to hop on it. Can you fire up the cadence tubes?
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and get my shoes tied.
Okay. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the little bell. Tell YouTube that we matter, that you like us, and that you want to see more of us, because that's the only way that happens. Stay tuned.
Like scripted show, of which I have to record the last, or edit the last episode for next year. But you, just to not forget, you should seriously think about trying to get that recording on one of those songs and send it to that band, because they might, even just to have a remote correspondence collaboration that's put out.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
That'd be cool. You should totally do that. Yeah. That'd be fun, man.
I mean, how many times have you driving and, a song that you've heard for years, or maybe you heard for the first time, and let's say there's 4 measures before there's a vocal, whatever, and you start singing your own melody anyway. I mean, they say kids write songs before you both have children, before they speak, before they say the first word, they're singing. I mean, the song "Happy Birthday," was it written by an 80-year-old or an 8-year-old or a 4-year-old? Like, who knows?
I don't know.
But but it's such it's one of the things. I mean, the three of us are smiling just talking about it. So how cool is that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead, man. No. Core memory as a child was chattering rhythms with my teeth. Before I think it may have even been before I knew how to talk. and I would not be able to stop until I chattered an ending.
Yeah.
It was very important that I had like a conclusion, and it had to be a
Right.
certain like
Yeah.
tap. I would do that, and just a rhythmic thing happening there.
Yes, yeah. I mean, my brother Scott at like 6 years old. You know, I always say your first song's way better than my first song, but he wrote the song and it literally was like, "Don't be afraid of thunder. It's only a big bad noise." That's it. Don't be afraid of thunder. It's only a big bad noise. And now we're grown men and we're in New York City and we're walking and I'm like, "I love you, brother," and he's the best. And we've worked on several projects together. And I'm like, all I need is someone with a kick drum to like, you know, like a Queen big time guitar riff. And it's like, "Don't be afraid of thunder. It's only a big bad noise. Little kids, don't be afraid." Like, you know, I'm talking to you kids in the back. Don't be afraid of thunder, you know. And I mean, little kids probably write some of the best songs ever.
Dude, I haven't even mentioned this to Dick, but it's a personal goal that I want to do over the next couple of years. I'm not going to say what the theme is, but there's a very specific theme. But I wanted to make a children's album.
You need to.
I wanted to make, I totally want to make like a 10-song, simple, mostly acoustic probably, but with some percussion.
Mm-hmm.
And lyrically, it's all based on every song. It's all one subject, and there's a different song for each of the things.
I'll play drums on it for you.
You play drums on it?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a great idea, and there's so many things you could do. A different title for you. I mean, listen, you could be very ambitious and do 26 songs for each word of the alphabet, a letter of the alphabet, a word. For,
when we're off the record here, I'll say what the theme. Just because I mean, not like it's not genius or anything, but lyrically, I'm a weirdo. Mm-hmm. And I can't really sing, but for a kid album, I can sing good enough for that.
I know
because it doesn't need to be right.
I know you got this.
Lyrically, I think it comes some funny shit.
This is your gateway, Ash. It's your gateway.
This is my gateway.
I don't know much about singing, but what I do know about learning how to sing is when you make it silly, it becomes easier.
The best songs I've written or sang on for recordings were silly. Like I did like a silly birthday song. I did a Happy Mother's Day song. And these are some of the best things. And they were totally silly.
And the best thing is like a simple to the point. Like what's that term? Don't bore us, just give us chorus, you know? And it's like, you know, so like we just got 2 new cats, Margot and Monk, and they're amazing. And, you know, literally everything becomes, you know, a toy. Like, so like literally like Denise has like an empty cardboard, you know, was a toilet paper roll. And instead of throwing it away, she throws it and the cat's playing. And all of a sudden she's like, "When trash becomes toys, when trash becomes toys."
That's good.
I'm like, "Trash Becomes Toys" is a great song.
Dude, you should, all right. I'm just telling you, in today's climate, that's your hook. Write a chorus and a verse, just turn it into a 90-second thing.
That's it.
Video it and video the cats playing it and put that shit up online.
Oh man.
So simple. Just do it. Just do it. You know, you could do it in an afternoon.
I can do it tomorrow. We can do it this weekend.
I will share it when you make it.
I love it. Yeah.
Not that that's going to catapult it to success, but I will share it.
We never know.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude.
I mean, one of my favorite songs of all time is a silly old 20-year-old YouTube video about a little ugly dog named Kermit, who liked to rub his nose on soap.
I love it.
Oh,
like Kermit likes to rub soap.
See, that's it.
Man, we should just switch gears, guys. Children albums, man. I'm telling you, and my wife can do the storybooks. She can paint. I've got it all worked out.
And it's a very positive message. It's telling kids how important hygiene is. You know, it's amazing.
Dude, totally. That's great. Yeah.
Cleaning your room. Make your bed. Like, I song about making your bed at the beginning of the day because it starts with the wind.
That's it. You want to? Let me tell you some of those things. You know, as we say, man, adulting sucks. Like, you know, all of the adulting things you have to do. Sometimes making that bed is like, you're like, man, I'm just gonna leave it. I'll deal with it tonight.
Dude, I have to make our bed like 10 times a day because every single day my 3-year-old wants to wrestle in it multiple times. So we're 100%. And the family doesn't know, but I did, and they won't watch this, so haha. But I did for Christmas. I went ahead and ordered a big, finally for us out here, a big trampoline. We used to have one when Tristan was up. But those are the best to wrestle on with your kid. Make some memories on that thing. It's going to be great. But I think Amy's going to be pissed that it takes up all the yard space, but whatever.
When she sees his little face on it, it's gonna
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be worth it. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
So, are you guys gonna ever do any live shows with these different singers, or no?
Would love to.
Cool. Yeah.
The idea is put out. It's on me. I'm the slowpoke here, but I got to edit the final episode over the course of next year is the goal. And once that's out, then our full 5-song EP is out, which is actually like 40 minutes of music, which is funny because you're like, I don't need to listen to 11-minute songs.
As I was saying that,
5 songs, 7 to 9, 7.
As I was saying that, I was like, they got some long songs.
We got some long ass songs, and they'll be even longer live. I have a feeling because we could stretch some parts out. But after that, I would love to organize some live shows. It's complicated because it is so many singers that all live in different places across the Southeast. But my idea is that we just do a show with 2 of the singers per show. It'd be great to have one show where we do everybody, but I'm just saying this is something we could actually do more regularly. Get 2 of the 5 singers, and then they cover the other songs. And so anytime you come see us play, you're going to hear a different version of it. And between you pick the 2 dynamically different enough singers that they can cover the cleans and the screams and the heavier. And I think it'd be a unique show every time.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, and it's fun also to spread the songs out and make them different every time. And I have a feeling the songs that we do we're going to be flirting with some of them being jamming because we want everyone to do solo and stuff. Hey, Dick, is there a place near you called the Beach Shack?
The Sandbar is in Cocoa Beach. It's a little bar next to Ron John's. There's a place called Pineapples that's pretty cool. That's down a little further south in Melbourne. I've never.
I'll find out the name of this place because I believe Dave Dreyer was there from Legends of the Seagullmen with half of the band, and they played.
He lives here. Yeah, Tom told me he lives here.
Yeah, he lives there in LA, but he's there often. Yeah, he texted me. I was like, if I would have known, I would have tried to come down, But that's cool. West End and Fiend played in Cocoa Beach, I think right near the Sandbar, probably like in 2010 or 11.
Right on. Yeah, there's a place called Winfields that's like kind of a dive rock bar that's a little further south in Satellites, like the next town south of Cocoa. And I think one of the guys from the band Lydia Can't Breathe owns it or operates it. They were a cool band. That their stick when we played with them, they came out dressed as the Super Troopers. They were all in the Super Trooper gears. It was cool. But no, honestly, I don't get out too much. I'm kind of like a satellite down here. I do.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
I do the family thing. I do the jujitsu thing. I've met some friends. Every now and then I'll get out. There was a really cool show that was just a tiny little record store that I found on an app on the, I forget what it's called, one of the local music apps. And my son and I happened to go down there, and it was just these amazing bands. It was a guy's birthday named Casey Gardner. Shout out Casey Gardner, local Brevard County.
Yeah,
we had him on the show.
Podcast, great guy. Yeah, it was his birthday, and he was in like 3 out of 4 of these bands playing that night, and it was just so cool. And this tiny little, there was like 12 people there, and we just jumped in and made some cool friends, and it was awesome.
I love that. And Atlanta is a lot like that. Stiff Penalty, who plays bass in West End Motel, was also the bass player, Female Without a Face, plays in the band The Scragglers with Brent for a while. Played in, let's see, he plays in a band called the country band called The Hustlers now. He plays it. So many people play in different bands, and I love that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. There was I saw a band that Brent was in. It was a country group, Left Hand. Lefty, really cool guy. I met him, and they're pretty awesome. They're called
Lefty and his right-hand man. And Stiff Penalty was playing bass in that. Steve McPeaks, but one of the best. But him and Brent had been playing together for 30 years, you know. So he played in West End and Fiend, and also he played with Brent. And Brent sat down and played just, pedal steel in that. And it was great.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Awesome.
Love it.
Cool. Well, dude, I think we crossed our little hour. We're going to be out there in January 16th.
Yeah, touch. I want to wish you a happy early birthday. I'll send you funny texts the day of.
December 8th.
I hope you're healing better.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. I am. It's getting more stable every day. It's you're my favorite guest on the podcast.
Oh man,
you're the best, Tom.
So let's see, December 8th, that would be Monday.
It is, yeah.
Sunday night at 12:01. I'll be sending you text.
He'll be awake. He'll be awake.
Tom.
Maybe not me, but he'll be awake.
I'll be texting Dick. I'll be like, I just want to be the first one who texted him like that. But no, you guys have been some of my favorite people to talk to as well. And
cool.
Again, I always try to be humble, but it's important to try to be even more like just honored and humbled. I don't take any of this shit for granted. You buy the ticket, you pay for the ride, but you still don't know what you're going to get. And it's easy to complain about a lot of shit. And I don't want to do that. I want to be grateful for all of it. And even the stuff that kind of messes us up, if we can, get deep and dive into ourselves, like Ash was saying, and figure out, how do I come out of this a better person? And man, then Joe, who's better than you,
Yeah. Absolutely, man. And just so everyone knows, he is available. Tom is available for Santa Claus hire this Christmas. Coming at you.
Over the next 3 weeks, he might get
I work cheap. I'll sing Happy Birthday. I'll sing Feliz Navidad. I'll sing any song that's like a minute and a half, just great hooks. You know what I mean?
Dude, you might want to just dress up as Santa Claus for that cat video. For that cat song.
I think I'm just
getting out right.
I just dress up like Santa and start going to people's houses and singing. Eventually, I'm going to get hired.
You're going to get, dude. You're going to make it, buddy.
There's carolers outside, dear. There's carolers, but it's just one man. It's Santa Claus.
It's just one crazy old man,
with a cat on a leash, and he's playing with a toilet paper roll.
The opening of the video is a little kid sitting on Santa Claus' lap asking for a kitty for Christmas. That's
the funny bit. Yeah, and then I'm like, don't do it. Don't grow up. It's a trap.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! You just described. All this is a music video.
You don't want a cat. You want guitar.
Meanwhile, I love being an uncle to my nieces, and I love all my friends' kids. So I love children, and I love being able to make them laugh and give them good advice and stuff. So I promise I would. But and I can't wait to meet you guys and your family in person. Man. Rest up and heal. But don't forget to get back at it. Like I was saying, I'm like, I got to get back on it tomorrow morning myself. I was doing it today.
Nice.
You got to do it.
I was on the mat tonight. All my training partners know I'm coming back from an injury, but they're not going easy on me. They keep trying toe holds and
yeah.
We're all family there. We're a bunch of killers, but everybody's so sweet and we love each other.
That's it, man. Attack and keep doing what you're doing, and thank you guys so much. And yes, we're going to see all you guys in Atlanta on Friday, January 16th. Come by in the afternoon, bring the family, and nothing but love and respect and positivity.
That's right. Hey, real quick to end it out, if anyone wants to help in any way, if there's anybody wants to help sponsor or do anything to support the event, is there somewhere they should go?
I mean, the easiest way to go is especially if it's someone through you guys I trust, so you can have them get in touch with me through my email or even my number, or you guys, say, hey, Tom, is this cool? Or, we're going to be sharing this stuff on each other's Facebook and Instagram. So I try to do the right thing. I actually answer most messages from people, but then some people are straight up not. I don't know if they're real or not. And
that's real.
but listen, last night or the middle of the night, I got a message from, a person in Australia who just said, the songs have, helped her through some hard times, and she really appreciated it. And I'm like, man, I need to go back to bed. And she's like, if you could think of one song real quick that reminds you of Brent. And I was like, man, I can think of a million, whatever. And then I just talking about how the voices change after you hear a bunch. And I just immediately responded, Wild One, but then Lizzie, and she, and then tonight she said, she was like, I was drunk last night, but you're so kind for responding. And that song, boy, I'm like, yeah, it's full of emotion.
Yeah. Nice. That's funny, man.
That's so
nice.
Beautiful. Guys, thank
ladies
you
and gentlemen,
tuning in on episode 93 of the MuseCast with Tom Cheshire. Amazing.
Yeah, man.
Tom has been great.
Yeah, you guys are my favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, thank you guys so much. Yeah, that's it, man. Listen, life's too short. Thank you, guys.
I agree. Hey, you're most welcome, buddy. I can't wait to see you out there. It's going to be awesome. Bye, Tom.
What's up, guys? Good evening. Just got off of doing the Cue the Muses podcast. Want to thank Ash and Dick Burke, and we were talking about that it takes a village. So I wanted to name drop and shout out and thank these people. Will Lawless, Randy Costello, iDrum, Cash Barnes, Errol, Steve Seacrest, Jason Dillon, photographer Jerry, Tim Young, Dex, Ricardo Grimm, MRC, Nick Waterhouse, Ironbound, Waiting for Your Foes, Black Daniels, Kevin Kinney, my brothers in West End Motel, Aaron Pop, Let There Be Rock School, Punk Rock Saves Lives, Rob Rover and Franny from PRSL, Georgia Overdose Prevention, Kyle Sanders and Ronnie, Kelly and Michelle from Death Pickles, Jesse Seipel, and Simon Hope from Radical Metal. We are all in this together. It takes a village.